Good morning, Mr.
At this critical point in time, Nigeria needs the support of the diaspora. In what way do you think they can come in?
Well, Mr. Christian, I'm sure it's going to shock you that the diasporans have been the last lifeline of Nigerian economy since 2016, 2017, right? Because the diasporans, over that period, have been providing Nigerian economy the sufficient amount of dollar used by Nigerian economy to at least back its currency. But within the period of COVID-19 and today, we had an aggressive mind shift of the diasporans. Suddenly, they stopped believing in the Nigerian system. They found a way to move their money right from diaspora to their fellow Nigerians here without going through the official channel.
Official channel?
Yes. And this is why you now see that CBN will come out and say that the diaspora money is way above 50 billion, but we can't even account for more than 10%. And then I also commend Fela Anikulapo. Fela Kuti was a man that loved this country to a fault. Fela was incarcerated for nothing less than 10 years of his lifetime. Do you think Fela does not have the resources to japa? Fela could have run to England. He could have run to America. But he stood back and he faced the military. They will release him, he will still come out and still challenge them. But what happened to Nigeria? And you are telling me Nigerians are not lazy.
One of the pits will be that sometimes he tweets about policies of the government.
Let me tell you, Peter Obi is just a normal Nigerian like we are. That's simple as that. Peter Obi is a normal Nigerian like we are. Right? A man that fought for that position, unfortunately, he is now becoming, a nightmare to us. Is Tinubu. Tinubu was a very formidable Nigerian because he fought the president tooth and nail. He condemned them outrightly, bluntly, in every word you can say. When I listen to the interrogations of Obi, I just laugh like, is this how opposition is being played? When you are opposing, you shouldn't be scared of getting arrested.
Yes.
That is what it is. Trump today, he doesn't care. If they look at Trump. Only Trump has about 63 court cases against him because Trump has decided not to be silent. Obi doesn't want any problem. He doesn't want to sleep in the cell for one day. A Mandela could have decided to retract all his words and he will become the golden boy of United Kingdom. But what happened to him? Look, listen, Nigerians, when I say that we are lazy, I don't regret it. I will say it 1,000 times. You are lazy if you cannot fight for your rights. Because you know that it is easier for me to run to Ghana. Then from Ghana I go into Libya. And then I go through the seas and then I find myself in Italy. And when I get there, I start slaving my life. What job are you doing in Italy? You are doing what? Menial jobs, right? And because you are not there, because that money is valuable than us, you come back more successful and then you tell us that you are not lazy. My brother, you cannot fight for your inheritance.
Majority of Nigerians in the diaspora, they are lazy.
Let me tell you, that's a fact. If they are not lazy, I dare them, let them come back. At least they are not rich, right? Let them come back and lead the protest. But they will not, and they will never agree. They will never accept what I'm saying now that they are not lazy.
And some people will
say that. They will say that it is the leaders. I said, listen, call the top countries today that the followers did not rise up to what we call self-realization that yes, we need to take our destiny to our hands. We the Nigerians, are we ever going to be ready to take our destiny to our hands? Is there ever going to be a day where we will be ready to take our destiny into our hands? Is there ever going to be a day?
That's the question. Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Let's see how it goes. Oh, they want to stop social media. They already want to. They are using, is it juju now? They are using to make me be deleting whatever I've done. But anyways, back to what it is. It's really sad that Tinubu is bereft of ideas. Tinubu's illegitimate government just seems to continue to go the way that this person, former President Buhari, had gone. And even like some of the things that are coming out, oh, they've released how many thousand metric tons of grains. I'm like, really? Oh, these are things that Buhari did. Anyway, Sha, in fairness to Tinubu, he did say he was going to continue from where Buhari stopped for the few times that he spoke, right? But it's really so unbelievable that within a very short time, Tinubu can just prove to be worse than Buhari. The issue now is social media. So we saw a situation whereby the chief of staff to Mr. Tinubu comes out to talk about the fact that there needs to be regulation of social media. These are people who use social media to come into office. These are people who use it to express their feelings. These are people who held government accountable. But now that they are being held accountable, their only legitimate government is being held accountable. They don't want that to happen. They are, you know, for me, I always like,
I'm saying the government grants duty waivers running to trillions of naira to business people or the business community to bring in goods to the country. If you gain billions of naira or trillions of naira through duty waivers, the government can simply not allow you, the government should not allow you to fix any price you like. Today, the pump price of petrol, PMS, is fixed by the NNPCL. If that had not been done, by today, the pump price will have gone to about 1,500 naira because it's $1 per liter. Because they said they were internationalizing the pump price of fuel. Now, why can the same government not direct the NNPCL to also control, fix the price of diesel and kerosene? Is the Nigeria Customs Service that fixes duties? The Nigeria Customs Service fixes duties for imports petroleum products. But what is important?
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. It's good to be back again. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you right there. Happy weekend to you all. Today is Friday, 9th February 2024. Thank you, my people. We are continuing from where we stopped yesterday. Unfortunately, it's not getting better. It's not looking good as well. In fact, a lot of people are beginning to feel the heat right now in Nigeria. So some of the people across the country are gradually hitting the street. Yes, as you can see right there on the screen, the only title that we put there, like I normally say, we might put only one title on our thumbnail or our headline, but it doesn't mean that that is the only thing we want to talk about, because we don't have space to put everything that we want to talk about on the thumbnail. But the one on the screen right now, you can see that Tinubu promised hope but renewed Nigerian hardship. Osun state protesters say so. So we're going to be taking on all that today so that you can see the plight of the people that is not looking good at all. But in the midst of all this, you are still going to see one or two satanic individuals, maybe before the broadcast finish, that will still come in to directly or indirectly to defend this satanic set of people that have been impoverishing Nigerians since God knows when, for decades. Yes, we see this satanic set of people either on the comment section or the call in and all that. But nevertheless, I trust my wonderful panelists. They are always here to counter these satanic individualisms. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. May God bless you all. Thanks for your time, your efforts, that we all are putting into this, because it's a collective effort. If I give up today or you give up today, and everybody give up today, Nigeria will continue to be, or in fact, it will continue to get worse. Let's continue to do our part. This is the best that we can do. But this that we are doing is hitting them so hard. Do you know why? Today, we are also going to be taking on that. the Nigerian government are already planning to shut down social media. Remember, I talk about this so many times. Buhari did shut down Twitter during his regime. But don't think that if Tinubu want to shut down social media, is going to focus on just Twitter, now called X. No. He will make sure he shut down Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and everything. That is their contemplation. Do you know why? Because the same talking that some of you have directly or indirectly criticized us for is affecting them so hard. They don't like it. They just want you to be quiet. They want you to be quiet. But the good thing about it is that they can shut down all this social media space, but those of us that stream from abroad, they cannot shut it down. But every streamers from Nigeria, all will be shut down, except they are using VPN. But I'm not going to give them that link how to do that. If you know, that's fine. So they have power to do that in Nigeria, but they don't have the power to do it in abroad. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. This is the situation we find ourselves in Nigeria, but I'd like to quickly acknowledge some of you right there on the comment section, starting with Mother of all Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for all you do. Thanks for being there always. Now, Godwin, thank you very much for joining us. Good evening to you. You said Tinubu cannot shut down social media. Yeah, they can. They can shut it down from Nigeria. Why not? You know, when I was in Dubai don't allow WhatsApp. They shut it down there. So you have to use VPN and other stuff for you to be able to make WhatsApp call from Dubai. And there are many other countries that can. Yes, of course, you can do that 100%. Asamoto Bright, thank you very much for joining us. Wabo Felix, thank you very much. Mone Ferreira, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Good evening to every one of you, my wonderful people. Happy weekend to you all. I appreciate you all, my people. Kate Omoro say, thanks for joining us. Victory all the way. Timmy Dibe, thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Grace Cantidu in the building. Thanks for joining us today. Olga, I can see right there. Thanks very much for joining us. God bless you all, my people. Then we have Monday Blessing. Thanks for joining us. Oriomi Abdul Saga Daddy. Thank you, my people. Madam Tusabi in the building today. Thank you very much. Love God is my strength. Thanks for joining us, Madam. I appreciate you. Madam Helen, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I understand it's very, very critical over there. You know, most especially those of you that live there. You know, I feel your pain. Madam Helen, may God bless you all over there in Nigeria. We have Osagbovo Kwongai. Thank you very much. Adesua Osagede. Thank you. Thank you, James. I can see right there. Abu Azi. Thank you very much, sir, for all you do. Thank you very much. Divine Joy. Patricia Enofe, my dear sister. CXL. Nena Ogbona. Peter Ife. Thank you very much for your super chat earlier on. God bless you all. And many others right there. I would like us to move on. Vitos Akwebele, Rita Sam, thank you very much and for joining us. God bless you all, my people. I try my best to acknowledge people, both in displaying your write-up and verbally acknowledgement. May God bless you all. I want us to move on. We still have one more video to go. But before that video, I want you to listen to this.
Please, if government work, if they cannot protest, we Yalaja, we go up our nyash, we go up our breast, we go protest. Too much suffering is too much for this country. But before you we serve, we go suffer. The suffering is too much. Please, Maja, find solution for this things. It's too much. Gary 2,000 naira. Since when my father bought me, I did not buy 1,000 naira pence of Gary. There's selling is 2,000 naira now. It's too much. The savannah is too much. Even the rice, the Rika one rice up to 1,200 naira. For what reason? It's too much, oh. To buy meat. With even the Pama said don't rise up. Two fish for Chicago or Chicago, 1,200 naira. 3 of pieces of it. It's too mọ̀ ṣe ìjọ ẹ̀ ṣàánú wa bàbá wa ẹ̀ ṣàánú wa bọ̀dá wa ẹ̀ ṣàánú wa ìyà yìí pọ̀ ẹ̀ jọ ẹ̀ ṣàánú wa ó ti pọ̀ jù ebi ń pa wá ẹ̀ dẹ̀ sọ pé ìyà ọ̀jẹ̀ Nàìjíríà yà ń jẹ wá kò.
Ẹ ṣàánú wa Tinubu, ebi ń pa wá Tinubu Ahmed Tinubu, ebi ń pa wá, ẹ ṣàánú wa. We are hungry, we are suffering. You know, come for our rescue. So that's what they're saying right there, if I'm not mistaken. Appreciate every one of you. Thank you very much for your time. I can see Madam Origin just coming in. Good evening to you, Madam. Thanks for all you do. We appreciate you always, always, always. Rosie Ayosh, I can see just coming in as well. Good evening to you, Madam. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, that is the situation now. That is our Yoruba sisters there crying. And we also have protesters that are, you know, crying earlier on in Osun State. You know, so a lot of things is going on right now in Nigeria. It's terrible. But before I would go on other stuff, you know, I've posted out a link for those of you that want to join us today, Friday. Click on the link and join us here. But let's quickly listen to Rufai here. Over Tinubu saying that everybody should practice patriotism. Yes, in every endeavors, you must practice it. Be proud of your country. Talk the good side of your country. Do everything possible to embrace everything about your country. Nigeria is our country. We are here. Sometimes it might be hard, but we remain here. We go nowhere. That was Tinubu. But unfortunately, Tinubu just returned back from France just less than 48 hours ago. What that means is that the commoners, the common citizens, most especially the gullible ones, if you are sick today, how do you treat yourself? Let's assume you cannot travel. Do you have the fund to treat yourself in Nigeria? It's terrible. When you see people fight for these people, sometimes I ask myself, the privileges that these guys have, using your resources to enrich themselves for their family, their immediate and extended family, then you fight for them. Just because it's from your village. It's baffling. Yes, it's baffling. Anyway, let's move on. What do I know? Let's listen to what Rufai have to say here quickly.
I'll take the three stories. Number one, I support what President Tinubu said. Yes. In fact, let me give him a quote. President Kennedy said, "Seek not what, you know, your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And I like that fact here. We relaunched the pledge. But also, we must ask, what is Nigeria doing for Nigerians? You want them to be patriotic? What are you doing? You see, it's not that Nigerians are not patriotic. Nigerians are one of the most patriotic set of people I know in my life. But when you have a government and a political class that fails them constantly, then they start to ask questions. You think Nigerians are not patriotic, that people died out of shock in a football game? Look at that established businessman in Abidjan. Despite the fact that he lives in another country, he's so passionate about Nigeria. That's why in the stadium he passed out of shock. Nigerians love this country, but the government fails in their own parts. So, President Tinubu, yes, you say we should relaunch the pledge. I also have something for Nigerians. I want us to be singing every day. It's the second stanza of the national anthem that says, "O God of creation," especially our leaders, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know. Our leaders helping our youth the truth to know. Are they not the funding and inciting our youth for ethnic bigotry online? Our political class can come out and swear that they have not paid social media influencers to bait ethnic bigotry in time of election. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and true. Can we say we are living in a just and true society? Great lofty heights attained. We will attain great lofty heights if there's just and true and our leaders do well. To build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Can we say our political class are ensuring peace and justice should reign in our country? That's one case. Secondly, concerning the army, I think what they said is in line. Just like what President Tinubu said is in line. I have nothing with them. We support them. But the army too should introspect. Dr. But you said they used to clap for military men in the airport in America. At a point in time, Nigerian army too had that prestige in this country.
They still do. The other day I was overlooking the
Yeah.
street and I saw the Nigerian army in the parade on
They
a road here. They were clapping. People were out on the streets clapping for them. They had a parade.
They used to, but I would disagree with you slightly, Oji.
Okay,
I don't think they have that prestige again.
I saw the parade though.
I know. I
They were
don't
clapping
think.
for them. People were running
Oji,
outside.
my opinion now, I don't think they have that prestige
Okay.
again. Formerly, they used to do in this country. Anytime you mention army, people, army, soldier today, soldier. But when you start to see errant officers in the military beating up civilians, perpetrating all sorts of actions.
No, that should be condemned.
We condemn these things. So these are the things that make it. And when you also see people try to give the military information, and the information they have, they are not safe as regards it. But at the same time, the people too should support the military because, I'm happy they've sent Nigeria as a war. And I want to give special commendation to this Major General.
He's fantastic.
He's been saying a lot of good things. I like the man. I like him. If he's well, I like him a lot. He knows how to, he was the one that said, we don't go green. He knows how to inspire and rally the troops.
When I read it,
and he's honest.
He said it.
And he's honest about it. So these are the kind of things we support. So we will support if they too do it. But most importantly, why the Nigerians renew their pledge every time? The government too should ask themselves, do they fulfill section 14, subsection 2 of the Constitution that said the security of the life and property of every Nigerian is the responsibility of the government?
I like that. Well said, Rufai. We'll take another story. The governor of Nigeria.
Okay, I'm just going to stop that right there. We're not going to play much videos today. That is the end of all the videos that we have for you guys today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I'm going to take on articles right now so that we can start talking. Thank you very much. I can see a couple of you already calling in. Please allow me finish these articles, then we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Let's start with this particular one here with me. Bear with me. Let me quickly put this on the screen. Guys, do your part. Press on the like button. Help us to share as well. Let our voices go far. The situation of our country right now is not pleasant. Okay, there you go. Nigerians suffering of post-independence economic crisis under Tinubu. Amnesty International. And I talk this one. I'd like us to quickly take one or two paragraphs from this. Then we'll take it from here. Amnesty International has lamented skyrocketing inflation in Nigeria, saying citizens are suffering one of the worst post-independence economic crises under President Bola Tinubu. The human rights organization raised the alarm over the increasing cost of living, many citizens unable to meet basic needs under President Bola Tinubu's watch. In series of tweets on Friday, Nigeria's sky-high inflation has sharply increased the cost of living. Millions of people are increasingly unable to meet the cost of education, food, and healthcare. This is one of the worst economic crises in the country's post-independence. Amnesty International, and I talk this one. So they went on. Let's take this. It charged Mr. Tinubu and governors across the states to address widespread hunger and poverty, endangering citizens' rights to education and health. The Nigerian authorities must urgently prioritize addressing widespread hunger, higher unemployment, and the rapidly falling standard of living. Amnesty noted the right to education, health, and adequate standard of living are all affected, forcing millions of people to live hand to mouth. The human rights organization alarms on Nigeria's inflation came a few days after citizens hit the street in protest over the high cost of food in Niger and Kano. In response to public outcry on the rising cost of food driven by the galloping inflation, Mr. Tinubu directed the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security to release about 42,000 metric tons of grain, including maize, millet, and garri on Thursday. I don't know how they will do this, but we are looking forward to that. On Wednesday, People Gazette published a market survey showing prices of virtually all food items have sharply increased by almost 100% in the past 9 months since Mr. Tinubu assumed office. I remember we reported that here as well. Well, I'm just going to leave this one right there. And I pound at the CISO, they use topic. They let us know, say, no worry, life go better for when I make on calm down about it to the hot. That's what EPA is saying right there. So for those of you that want to join us, yes, let me repost the link again. I only have only one person here with me for now. We are just going to take it. You know, I still, please call us. Hold on. I still have, I'm not done yet. I only just wanted to talk to panelists for now. Let me quickly take this and we take it from here, my people. I appreciate you all. Let me bring another one for you quickly. But you do your part. Do your part by pressing on that like button, help us to share. All right. Okay, I'll quickly just take this, you know, although we've talked about it, but it's good to cement it with this article before this satanic set of people we say, oh, Nigeria Watch talk something that is not in existence. This one is coming from the Chief of Staff, you know, Bola Ahmed Tinubu Chief of Staff, Gbajabiamila. Nigerians knocked Tinubu's Chief of Staff, Gbajabiamila, over calls for social media regulation. Okay, let's take this one. Gbajabiamila, while representing President Bola Tinubu at the launch of a book written by the Babatunde Fashola, former Minister of Works, on Thursday in Lagos, stressed the importance of accurate information in policy formulation and national development. Nigerians on X platform, formerly Twitter, have lambasted the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, over the purported plan to regulate social media platform in the country. So this one, I'll just move on because the insult will not be small for there. So I'll leave it right there so that we can just move on. Guys, do your part, do your part. I've not checked. I'm not even checking anything right now, but I'd like you guys to start by pressing on that like button. I'll check it later on. You know, we have 300 people already watching us, so please help us to do that. Please hold on. I'll pick us. Just let me quickly finish with this first. Meanwhile, the final, you know, as you all know, the final of the Super Eagles, the Africa Cup of Nations, will be Sunday. Bola Ahmed Tinubu have indicated now that he will be going there. You know, he will go there himself, go watch them, go celebrate with them. You know, I don't know. And I know say, make I keep my words for now. But meanwhile, let's take this one quickly. It's a good thing, though. It's a good thing, you know. But I remember where Buhari do similar thing that time. I know it happened. Nigerians President Tinubu watched Nigeria versus Cote d'Ivoire match live in Abidjan. So I'm not going to take on this. I just wanted you guys to see that, you know, headlines is what we are passing on right now. Please do your part. Press on the like button. We're almost there. Call us. Make on your exercise some patience. Make on our way to God. Okay, let me see this one because I would like to bring this one in because this one surprised me. But you know, say that's what they hear this thing. You know, say when we see good thing with the life, make we showcase them as well. If only it becomes reality. Tinubu signs amended Electricity Act bill. What does that mean? Let's take it. President Bola has assented Electricity Act Amendment Bill 2024 into law. Then what does that mean? So another question. The special advisor to the president of media and publicity, Ajuri Ngale, announced this in a statement on Friday. He said the Electricity Act Amendment Bill 2024 seeks to address the development and environmental concerns of host communities and set aside 5% of the actual annual operating expenditures of power generating companies, GNCO, from the preceding year for the development of their respective host communities. What does that still mean? Because for me, when it comes to electricity, like what I want to hear is that, yes, we are going to start having the permanent lights, because it's disgraceful to know that we are still in darkness in Nigeria today. But meanwhile, I'm not going to expatiate on that is a headline. So whatever it means, I pray it comes out positively. I can see some of you on the backstage. Please bear with me. I'm not looking at all. I'm focusing on what I'm doing right now. Let me just finish my presentation. Okay. Una know, say during the time that last match where we played with South Africa, unfortunately, you know, a lot of people died during the match. That is so pathetic. You know, to be honest, it's pathetic. I was hearing this one die while I was watching, where they were taking penalty. The other one, what happened? Very pathetic. May their souls rest in peace. But because of that, there's this information here. Nigerians with heart conditions warned against AFCON final. In case you want to watch the match, you know you have a heart condition, please stay away from it, you know, because of we don't know what will happen to avoid the story that touch. So I'm not going to expatiate on that as well. Like I said, you know, I just wanted to present everything that I have here for you. I think I still have you know, then I'll take some calls, because they want to use calls, they tear my head for a year. I could not just hold on first. Let me take everything that I have for you guys here. I think I still have one more. Okay, yes, let's quickly take this. The last one. Yeah, the last one. Yay. We're almost there. You know, we're almost there. You know, say on this platform, all we present for you is 100% facts. You know, because of the satanic set of people that is watching us, waiting for them to fail, we don't come here to based on assumption. We put it to you to see and where it's coming from. So we actually work with third parties. As you can see, that one right on the screen, hope, but renewed Nigerians' hardship protesting. Osun resident says this. So I'd like us to quickly take this one here. The latest demonstration came a few days after the Minna and Kano state residents protested the prevailing hardship following Mr. Tinubu's economic policies. The protesting Osun resident mailing youth said the country's economic situation, particularly the hike in food prices, was no longer affordable and bearable. They went on. The protester displayed placard with various inscriptions such as "Nigerians are suffering, we can't cope again. We are humans, stop mistreating the citizens and change the unfavorable policies," among others. The chairman of Osun Civil Society Coalition, Wahid Lawan, who spoke on behalf of the protesters, said the high cost of living is sending many Nigerians to their early graves. Then it went on. Mr. Lawan noted that Nigerians deserve the best under Mr. Tinubu, threatening that the federal government should expect more protests from the masses or find solution to the hardship ravaging the nation. So he went on, quote, Nigerians deserve the best. They promised us renewed hope, but what they are giving us now is renewed hardship. We reject renewed hardship in our lives, our economy, because Nigerians deserve the best. We have started this struggle today, and if the government fails to listen to us, we will continue to mobilize our people to protest this hardship, because enough is enough, he lamented. We stress that the economy continues to worsen over the present administration. Mr. Lawan also said the security challenges was taking its toll on the people. Mr. Lawan went on, unquote, what Nigeria want is peaceful atmosphere. We don't want insecurity in our land again. We can't travel from Osogbo to Ibadan without panicking. You will be thinking that they will kidnap you, said Mr. Lawan, who cited the abductions of traditional rulers in recent times. Every government that fails to provide security for the lives of the citizens is no longer a government. What we are saying is simple. We are ready to face the government in this hardship, and we are marathon runners, he added. In a temporary response to the tension in the country and growing food crisis, Mr. Tinubu ordered the immediate release of more than 102,000 metric tons of grain types from National Food Reserve and Rice Millers Association of Nigeria on Thursday. So I will leave that one right there for you guys as well. Although they went on, but I'm going to leave it. I think I've read the most important part of it already. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I think it's time for us to start talking. But I'd like to pick the first call of today, which is coming from Mr. Innocent. Mr. Innocent, thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Oh, yes. Yes, Mr. Elvis, thank you very much for your presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I want to pick up on some of the presentation. First, I want to talk about the guy, that was saying that Nigerians are lazy and all that. I can agree with him to an extent, because for Nigerians to see what is going on in Nigeria, and the only thing they could do is to believe in Jaguar. And then, like it was rightly said, those of us that are in abroad here now, we cannot begin to say, let's go back to demonstrate or to help people in Nigeria. Right is right, because we are doing fine here. Okay? Now, we're doing fine doesn't mean that Nigeria is doing fine. Now, I would take, because some of us that came out from Nigeria, the time we came out, for me, I left Nigeria in 82. Nigeria was super good in 82. If I don't know how old you are, Mr. Elvis, maybe Nigeria was super. That's the exchange rate. I went to London. I spent there was 500 naira BTA. When I converted the 500 naira BTA and I took it to Britain. Now, when I went to the bank, Barclays Bank, to go and deposit this money, do you know that the bank manager, they were looking at me from the window, looking at, how can this guy have this kind of money? The cashier that I went to, I said, look, I want to draw my money. I want to draw my money cash. He went and was like, in the office there, calling other managers. They were checking again my file and all that. I said, it's my money and I want it cash. That time, Nigerian money was heavy before Thatcher, began to do what she did and crash Nigerian economy. Now, my leaving Nigeria then was to go to school, after school, go back home. Because my counterparts, some of them that were working, I was working in Julius Berger then. There was money, Julius Berger was a contractor in Nigeria. There was money all over the place. So now, before I finished, Nigeria tumbled. So many people started leaving Nigeria, coming to Britain, coming out. Now, this continued until today. I take, with the guy, Nigerians, they are lazy. Not that they are just generally lazy. They don't want to do anything that, is going to make them do extra thing. Now, look at the people that, I saw some 2 videos, because when I was in Nigeria and I left, I wasn't paying attention to politics. I didn't even know anybody that was, governor or president or whatever about politics. I began to pay attention in politics, call it this 2023. That's when I started, paying attention about politics. Now, these people that are, demonstrated, when I saw them, people that they said they demonstrated when Goodluck Jonathan was in power. I saw this, they showed a video of this man, what is his name? Wole Soyinka and
okay.
Oshiba, I think Oshibajo. No, not Oshibajo. This guy from Bender. I don't know.
Oshomole.
You remember?
Oshomole, correct.
Oshomole. So I saw that, those placards. Now, these people, My thinking is that these people did this because the person that was there is a Southerner. It's a Southerner. I mean, I mean, when I say Southerner, I mean Southeast and Eastern region. That's why all these Yoruba people, I'm not saying, you know, all the Yoruba people, but the people that I see in that video, that placard that, you know, they shut down Lagos, Nigeria, was mainly from there. But right now that their own person is there, these people cannot come out because they compared how much, you know, the hardship then to the hardship today, which is, you know, something that you can't tell, you can't even write home about. But up till now, these people are saying, give him chance, give him chance, give him time, give him time. But none of them are coming out to say anything. Now, the guy that you were showing said, P2B, you know, it's not, you know, he should have come out like, you know, he made mention of Fela Anikulapo, that he was arrested and this and all
Nelson
that.
Mandela as well.
Exactly. P2B, from his nature, he's a very gentle man. He's gentle. And he has never said that, you know, he will die to make sure that Nigeria changes. Now, if P2B was the person that is there today, I bet you these people, Wole Soyinka and all this Oshomole, they would have started, you know, coming out again. But you see, they are quiet now because this person is from the West. And then the Northerners too, like somebody was saying on your show here, that the Northerners, the Westerners, and the Northerners, they team up. Yeah, actually, they team up. And the people that are getting this team up, the punishment is the Igbos, the Southeast, and, you know, Southeast. If this person was P2B, these people would not sit down quietly now and be saying, give Obi chance, give Obi chance. And I bet you, if P2B was the person that is seen there and saw that he could not do this, that people are I bet you he would have resigned. He would have left it that no, he has failed the country. You understand? This is my thing.
Okay.
Nigerians. No, are you cutting me off?
No, you are talking for 7 minutes. Round up, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, what else can I say? But I mean, you got what I'm saying.
Yes, of course. Everybody's listening to you, sir.
Listeners got what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is the situation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Innocent. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay. Let me quickly take another call. We have Madam Origin with us. Thank you very much, Madam Origin. Good evening to you, ma'am. Please talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Hello, my people. Let me get this out very quickly. A lot of people that you know, despondents, they are looking for your government do something, or the government is not looking your way. Please, if you are looking for a place to heal, come to Niger Watch TV. It's a therapy place for all hurting Nigerians. We are here to, you know, vent. We are here to educate ourselves. We are here to, you know, reminisce over all that is going on. Maybe somehow find a solution, an answer. So welcome everyone to Niger Watch TV.
Thank you,
everyone, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you for this candlelight you're holding. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And our panelists, I say thank you all. And for everyone, Mama Diaspora, God bless you, ma, for giving Nigeria a good son that is not causing hiccup and heartache to the masses. I say I go straight to this street Agbadorian surrogate. That came with his word salad mix, cabbage and garbage and baggage of nonsense. He said diasporans should come and fight for him. After they pay you. Look at him. He's looking well. He's looking well. Whatever they give you, bring out change. Go. There are some people around you there that need money for lunch. Give them some of them. and he was talking about how diasporans were not bringing their dollars straight to central bank. The one where they get to central bank, what did they do with it? They went and gave it back to the people they give it to. You see, some of these Agbadorians are becoming very irritant. Let me rest it there. And for the guy that just spoke, he said something, this thing sometimes it kind of makes me, I'm a little amazed at how Nigerians love to float their cash, which is one of the major problems we are having because, like someone said, our leaders are so short-sighted. They just want to carry the money cash, floating cash everywhere. It is only in Nigeria that you see someone gather, as they're seeing it, it makes them happy. Instead of you to invest, when this country is going to start getting corrected is when they invest the money. Invest the money. In those 80s and 90s and 60s he was talking about, I remember when they did this with Dodgy, there was too much money. They now gave sharing money, and before you know it. But as you are looking, investment was what depleted in their brain. So please, everybody should stop talking about those good old days. It was misused. There wasn't much investment into infrastructure. And even as I'm saying it, a lot of those of them that benefited from whatever, what do you call it? Some of them that went abroad on scholarship, a large percentage were not beneficiaries to it. So it still boils down to the same thing we are talking about, how some places are so marginalized, they don't even know what to do. Everything they do is whatever they can do for themselves. I go to please, Rufai, thank you so much. Rufai Oseni, God bless you. Please continue with the fire. I like when he said the security of the life and property of Nigerians is the responsibility of the government. And when he said what is Nigeria doing for Nigerians? The country, the people are suffering. When they are their own police, they are their own water and electric supplier. And the government is there losing money like crazy. Where do you see this level of kleptomaniac, elders stealing like rats? Somebody stealing 109 billion. What are you people doing with it? Is this not a level of insanity? If this is not insanity, what do you call it? That somebody with his koro eye, when I say it is kleptomaniac tendency, how can they please vacate that office and let normal human beings take over and fix this country? The Nigerian people are suffering. And please, don't forget, we have already been told, it's all over media, it's on the internet, that the government is responsible for the insecurity. If you are responsible for the insecurity, how can the people be safe? Please, someone do something. God bless you, Mr. Niger Watch. I rested there.
Thank you very much, man. God bless you too. Thank you. Okay, let me take more calls, guys. Please bear with me. May God bless every one of you for your patience with us. We have Mr. Chimeze with us as well. Mr. Chimeze, please quickly talk to us. Guys, help us to press on that like button and help us to share as well. Let our voices go for the situation in our country in good right now. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Yes, Niger, thank you for picking my call or calling me back.
Yes, sir.
I greet everyone that listening to us this evening or this afternoon. I want to say when you did a wrong thing, like when you do something that's starting your mind, your heartbeat will beating. Inside you, you know that you did a wrong. So that's what is disturbing this government. They know that still. Because when you did bad thing, when you steal, your mind will never be at rest. No way. Everything you'll be doing, you will be getting it wrong, until you go beg for forgiveness. That's how you will get it right. You offend so many people, but you pretend that you never did anything. You pretend that you never in your life did wrong. So that is what is disturbing this Balablu government. I pity them. I pity Nigerians that they are going through hell right away. Their renewed hope is renew hopeless. That's what it means. Renew hope is renew hopeless, because there's no hope. Nigeria is hopeless now. Like what you said yesterday. Somebody that we all together when I was in Nigeria, we serve we are the same line on line business. But he was chatting me yesterday. Please, can you help me out? Even if they have bag of rice. So you see that what we are saying here is true. Everybody's Nigeria have turned to beggar. Nigeria to have turned even tiger. If they see you and maybe you dress proper, they will rush you. It's crazy. In terms of then there's something